Yes, hello everyone, and welcome to this dev meeting. And today we're going to talk about demo-driven development and looking in particular at all the Christmas demos we've done. We have in total 8 videos that we did for Christmas and Christmas themed. So that seems to be the perfect occasion to talk to it now in December, and especially since we've been working on our 2024 Christmas video. So the idea is to go through a little bit of what we've done and see, how it helped development and exactly what, different products and new features we used on our videos. I have to help me, Arno and Rick, and maybe other Bitcrazers that can help me answer some questions I have about those demos. But for me, the first question would be, why did you actually start making Christmas video? What's the idea behind it? Do you remember?
Why not?
Yeah, that's a good answer.
I don't know actually.
Yeah.
Remember totally.
Maybe we can look at the first video and see maybe. Yeah. So this was in 2014. And it was called The Future of Christmas Delivery, where you see a small crucifix obviously flying around the world, and 7 monuments to deliver a present. So, do you know why you started that?
Yeah, I mean, I remember that Amazon this year released a video where they shipped out big packages with drones, or I mean, it was sort of a marketing gimmick, I think. But so we thought we would jump on this gimmick a bit and make a bit fun of it, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think maybe this is also what started the Christmas video theme. I don't think there was a plan, to ever like do a Christmas video every year, and it just happened, I think, and this was probably the kickoff for it.
But it's also possible it was pushed by the fact that we had taken the habit to make 1 blog post per Monday. Making a video is an easy blog post, so or easy, not at all, but well. So it was content for the Monday blog post.
Yeah. And so this is the first one. I really love how cozy it feels and homemade, and it's like 10 years old, and it's so cute. Do you remember exactly, like we see the crucifix picking up the package, like here? Do you remember how it was dropped? Because I couldn't really see on the video. It's dropped here.
Yeah, it was by luck. I remember. Yes.
Really?
Yes, it was by luck. Yeah, it's just sort of. We did a lot of takes, I remember, and then suddenly it's like, it worked. But there was no mechanism.
Cool. No. Okay. And this is obviously the Crucifix 1. I don't know, how did it compare, because what was the payload like at that point, carrying that present?
10 grams maybe maximum.
Yeah, okay, because I guess because now the Crucifix 2 can carry 15 grams, so
yes,
even more presents for everybody.
Yes. At least expensive jewelry.
At least. Yes. That's nice. We can maybe move on to the next video. This one was in 2016, where Crazy Fly would dress the Christmas tree while we were away. So this is actually 2 years after the first video, so it was not a tradition to do that every year yet. My first question when I see this is how many balls actually broke and fell? Like how is there like a tree covered bulbs?
No, I don't. I don't think we broke any. Actually, I can't remember we broke any.
Yeah. Okay.
They're surprisingly durable.
Yeah. Cool. Is the system for carrying the bulbs, is it the same as before, as the previous one? You can see. Let me pause it here.
No. Yeah. If you manage to pose right at the right time, because I mean.
Okay.
I don't want to break the magic, but it was obviously a video trickery. We did not manage to.
Oh yeah.
We use very fine. Oh, I cannot remember the name now. Very fine iron wires.
Mm.
You use that to clean up in the kitchen, I think. Wool, iron wool.
Yeah.
And the characteristic of that is that it's a very, 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 very fine. So passing any amount of current through it makes it completely disappear. So this is connected to the LED ring, to the front light of the LED ring. We disconnected the LED and we put this wire instead. So as soon as the operators light up the LED ring with a gamepad, current passes through these wires, the wire disappears, and the ball that was held by the wire just falls down. So if you manage to pose right at the right time, you see a spark because it's basically vaporized this poor wire.
Okay. Yeah.
It is a very nice. It's a very, very nice and safe one-shot release mechanism.
Yeah. I mean, it's when you it's pretty impressive when you look at it. I can't see the spark.
But this was still manual clone, so there, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you see the spark.
So in that case, the work for this did not really help us for actual Crazy Fly development.
Yeah.
More than just doing one hack.
And then I'm guessing the editing part was just getting the ball to land on the branch in the right way.
No, there's one shot where you see the ball falling, and there's another shot. Someone just drops the branch. Camera. Yeah. But the ball is already attached on the branch.
Okay.
It's completely.
It's the magic of movies.
Everything.
The next one is actually completely, I mean, pretty different. This one had a lot of storytelling and nice. And this one is really simple, but really efficient. So it's Crazy Flies turning around the tree. It's from 2018, so 2 years after the previous one. You can see the lighthouse base stations and on each side. My question is, what was the stage of the lighthouse at this point? I mean, it must have been pretty new, right?
It must have been not released almost, maybe. I'm not sure. I would love to know.
Yeah, I think it was the year of release of the lighthouse. I think we released the lighthouse around Christmas. So it must have been the year of release of the lighthouse. And that's the first time we actually did a Christmas video that was fully autonomous. And I think it's one of the time that we also improved a lot the product by doing this video.
Yeah, how was it improved? What helped?
Doing that at all.
Yeah.
Making sure we can turn around the tree, making sure we can stand that close to the tree. And I can't remember. We had some questions also about reflections. There is no noticeable with reflections there. And also turning around the tree, you get a blind spot because at this time, I think you still needed both beams to hit the Crazy Fly from both lighthouse to get positioning.
Mm.
So passing behind the tree was a challenge. You had to pass quickly. So I think there was a lot of things involved with that, like testing the system basically and making sure it works well. So this Christmas video was used, as far as I can remember, as a test to see that lighthouse is actually working well.
It is, yeah. I mean, it works really well. You can see how precise it is. And this is V1, of course.
Yes.
And the trajectory, how was it planned? Who planned it?
I'm pretty sure Christopher made the trajectory. It might also be the first one. Or we yeah. I mean, it's running very smoothly, so it's can it be Mellinger? No,
it could be. I mean, we were working with Manager by the Manager controller by back in there, so it could be it could be Manager with onboard trajectory most likely, because we got that from the Crazy Swan project, most likely around that time actually. So it was a good way to test this as well.
Yeah, awesome. Shall we move to the next one? This one is 2019. And wait a second. Yes. And this was actually in collaboration with La Mouche Folle. I have to admit, this is one of my favorite ones. This is in the new office with the big flight lab. I mean, it's not as big as we have now, but we can see crazy flies dancing around the Christmas tree. I think it's 7 crazy flies. Yes, exactly 7. Is it lighthouse there too?
Yeah. Yes. This has to be lighthouse.
Yeah, because I can't see any markers, so I'm guessing lighthouse. How did the collaboration work?
Oh, Ben, the main developer of La Mouche Folle, which is a software to make this kind of drone show, he came to visit us one week, and during the week we worked together at integrating the crazy flying better in the software and making that as an example of what could work.
Yeah, so in just 1 week, he arrived, worked with the choreography and shots and.
Yes, so back then, I mean, I can say it now without problems because I think it's much better. But it was surprisingly hard to get that many crazy fly to fly together without a crash. And that was before, and maybe that was where this video was actually very good for us, because it made us realize how much small bugs can affect big swarm. I mean, these horrible statistics that if you have 1% of chance that one drone crash, when you fly 5, you get almost no chance all of them fly. It's not that bad, but it's very close to that. I mean, there is a lot of shot in these videos, and I don't know if we had the full one flying once, the full choreography, unfortunately. I'm pretty confident that we would be able to do that nowadays. Because since then we've had like this infinite flight experiment and all these things to actually iron out all the small bugs that were crashing at random, and nowadays I think we could run it, but I think that was a realization that running this kind of things is actually really hard.
What was the hardest? Was it the communication or just
I remember Ben wanted to have the Christmas balls in the tree as well, and these turned out to be a big problem.
Yes.
Yeah, they were sort of getting reflection and randomly flipping.
Yeah, I remember a lot of that. So I think it was a lot of. It was a thing that I think has become much better now, but there was a lot of small problems, small bugs, and when something happened, you never know exactly what happened. Is it the ball in the tree? Is it the Kalman flipper flipping? Is it an outlier? Is it? So that helped us a lot in the realization that running multiple swarm crazy fly was actually hard. And that's one of the big advantages of doing this kind of demo, that we put ourselves in the position of our customer. Because normally we develop those things and we don't see all these problems because we run one, we make one feature, it works, and then we just commit. So that forces us to have like a project that is bigger than that to test it in real life almost.
Yeah, cool. I mean, this is one of my favorites. And the next one is from 2020, and this is a really special one because it's a remote Christmas video. So the plan is we have 7 different copters arriving at each of our homes. So like all the people working at Bitcraze. We're basically individually each shot. It's their own segment to gather everyone at the end. It was, of course, a very special time because it was COVID. So we were working remotely, and that's the idea we had. I think it was really fun to do. I think we've used 4 different techniques. I used the flow decks. There are manual flights. There are lighthouse positioning because it's easy to use in a small place. And Tobe, you use the bolt, right?
Yeah, but manual flight.
With manual flights, yeah. Oh, cool. And I can't really remember how much freedom did we have to actually, what did we like to do what we wanted or not?
But I remember we wanted to have at least some of our products, I think. So we split up. But then I think it was a lot of freedom.
Yeah,
to do
I think
whatever
so
you
too.
could with the.
Yeah, and I think it had, for the video, it had to be like from one doorway or something to another, to make sure that it was like consistent.
Which it might not be. But
no, I mean it's it's close enough, I would say.
But it's an interesting video. That tells a history.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And this is actually from another demo that we did. This is from the hyper demo. So the beginning of the video used those shots of the. So it was a demo with us using different positioning system in different copters to move around the office that we reused. And I'll move on because this is this one is so. I'll move on to the next one, which is Santa's Flying Helpers. This one was really ambitious. It was 2021, and we had the AI deck recognizing presence, and then the Crazy Fly carrying collaboratively packets and presents to Santa's sleigh. That's it. So, because Rick, you were an intern at that point, and you helped us a lot with that demo. How true is that? What we see right now?
Yeah, so the ambition was to actually use object detection, kind of what we show here in the video, to recognize the packets with the AI deck. What you see in the video is kind of faked. But in the end, I think the classification demo that we have for the AI deck originates from this video. Because if you've ever used it, you'll have seen that we actually do. We try to recognize whether there's a Christmas package or not, or if it's background. So this is why the classification demo is trying to recognize Christmas packages. But we didn't manage to get it working in time for the video. So.
Yeah, I think it was, and I think it was close enough, but from what I can remember, it was also not really video material.
True. Yeah. How do you visualize it? Yeah. That's good.
Exactly.
Good
So
point.
I remember having to cheat and putting that small recognition animation on there to be. But yeah, the Christmas the AI example is from that time, and then we actually have the collaborative carrying here. So it was actually the mocap system that we used, and. Yeah, it was also hard. It was also not in one shot. We have actually a small blooper video that shows how hard it is to just yes, just have something that caches the small and the parts where the present is like the part that we see right now, present just dropping the present on a sleigh. We never managed. So if you look at the video, it's edited.
Trickery.
It's trickery, absolutely. And
It's definitely possible, but yeah, I mean, it's more of the size of I don't know, a nice research article, not something you do for a small Christmas video.
Yeah, absolutely. And this the part here that you actually see like catching the wire, we managed at least 3 times. So that's cool. Yeah. Yes.
That's awesome. Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, this is, I mean, yeah, trickery. Which is that to last year's demo. This was also pretty ambitious. We actually shown three different products, new products. There was a charger, the brushless, the light, and the lighthouse deck. The one that can see much more base stations, and even the LED on her is on there is a new LED high-powered one. I remember shooting that video, and I also remember there was actually no crash at all. If you compare to the bloopers the year before, it was really, really impressive. Even because, yeah, even if the brush has lost positioning or something, it would actually always recover, which is awesome. I was wondering what was the hardest part in the video. I'm guessing it's the Lighthouse 16 to get to work.
Yeah, I think Christopher should have been here.
Yeah.
But looking from the outside, it felt like getting the Lighthouse 16 system to work and calibrating this took a long time. I think afterwards, when making the trajectory and stuff, that was pretty quick, and it worked sort of almost directly, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's what I feel. Did you have to tune the brushes? Did you have to change any parameters to get it to work on such a small space at such a high speed?
I don't think we did that much. A little bit, I think, but nothing special for this demo. So yeah, I think it works pretty well. The stock settings, I think.
Yeah, awesome. That's good to know. Which actually leads us to this year's Christmas video. So I actually finished this morning, and it's available to watch for you. Only if I can manage to get my things to work. So yes, here you go. And I've let the video the music sound stop. Yes, so this features the brushless extensively, going through Christmas wreath and doing a small obstacle course. Rick, you were a big part of doing that. I mean, you were the main part of doing that because you managed all the trajectory and the precision flying. What was the hardest part?
I'm not sure. I think, yeah. So my initial approach was to do something a bit more similar to like the previous, like the last year's video you've seen. So generate smooth trajectory that's uploaded to the Crazy Fly. However, if you want to make a trajectory that's so accurate that you can pass through actual gates, and not just once, but several times, it's pretty hard actually to optimize for this. So in the end, I actually took a different approach and use our default high-level commander for flying through it. Downside is you get a much less smooth trajectory, but the upside is you actually manage to accurately fly through the rings several times. Yeah.
Yeah, and we managed. I mean, this demo we shot on in one afternoon, and it got through the whole sequence a lot without any notable issues. So it was
So this was one awesome thing. So of course we've got a couple of brushless prototypes at the office, but we don't have that many here, sadly. So when I started playing around with the trajectories, I actually used Crazy Fly 2.1, and I mean there was how do you say, there were a lot of limitations to what it could handle. I was asking a lot from it, basically. Pretty unreasonable things, I would think. And then at some point I switched to the brushless, and suddenly it could do everything. It's so stable. It was awesome to work with it. I can't wait for people to get it. It's really cool.
Yes. Yeah, it was really, really cool to see. And actually, so I shot some of the shots following behind the brushless, and I was a little scared to. I mean, if something went wrong, brushless is much more powerful, and I didn't want to get hurt. But actually, it's. I mean, it was also really impressive just seeing how it could recover if it's like bumped a little bit around the gates or something. It was really, I did not get hurt. Which is awesome.
It also had propeller guards, which is a new feature from last year.
Yes, absolutely. And it also uses the charger, the same charger that almost the same that we presented last year for wireless charging. That's the base it takes off from. So there you have it. This is the new Christmas video we have, or it will be available on YouTube quickly, hopefully. I think that's it. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, just very generic, but I think in all of them you can see the state of Bitcraze and the state of the product. Like that earlier video, it's manual flying, and that's all we could do during COVID at home. Here, completely autonomous, very dynamic with autonomous charger. I mean, with a charger you can land on. So each year it allows us to work on what we have and to kind of push on what we have to see how far we can go and to really use the thing and to really show off the capabilities. So I think that's nice. It's also really nice to look back to see where it come from.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. I agree. Well, thank you everyone for joining and for to all the Bitcraze people to answering my questions. We'll see you next year for a new dev meeting.
Yes.
And I'll stop the recording.